And we are live. Good morning, everybody. We are here with a chunk of the growth team from Content Cucumber. And today we are talking about, Glenn, you want to tell them?
Oh, yep. Today we're talking about cultivating a personal brand and how kind of your coworkers at work can help you with that.
Solid. So before we dive in, what are some of your favorite ways that we've done that here?
I think my favorite way we've done that here is just like that we've done it here. Like not a lot of companies put any stock in helping their employees do that. And I had not even done that at any other company. And then when I started here, you were like, we can help you with the personal brand. And like, we want everyone to be really successful in that. And I'm like, that's so cool that we even care about it. I think is really cool.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I think one of the things that I really like is I feel like when I started here, everyone was connecting on LinkedIn right away, especially with the core full-time team.
Mm-hmm.
We're like, all right, let's connect, let's engage with each other's posts, like let's get right on that. It wasn't something where like 6 months down the road, you go, oh yeah, I do work with that person every day. Maybe I should add them.
Yeah.
What about you, Chris? Do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, well, my approach to developing I guess all of your personal brands, and I can talk about my personal brand separately, but I think that the topic is more of like employees, like personal brands. For me, it comes from building a good culture, because if you build a good culture, then people will want to talk about where they work. So that's, pretty much like, if I want to be part of everyone's personal brand, then it should be a place worth working, because if the place doesn't have any values and if it's not a good place to work, then people aren't going to talk about it. So that probably doesn't seem like the thing that you would expect me to say that, but I think culture is probably the thing I focus on most, to have everyone developing their personal brands alongside Content Cucumber.
Yeah, solid. Yeah, I know for me at least, I'm definitely proud of working here. I love getting to share, like, check out this picture of, what was it that you were on that filming day and you had that equipment that was like taking Connor up and down?
It was like a little forklift kind of situation.
Like that was
Good
so much
stuff.
fun.
Yeah, normal.
That was so much fun to get to share and be like, here, this is the company I work for. Like, this is what we do. That was really, really fun. Sweet. Connor, what about you? What do you think?
Yeah, I like what Chris said. It's like building the personal brand and the culture of the employees is kind of what helps keep the company thriving. Which, I noticed from day one when I started working here was like, there's like a huge emphasis on personal development and like learning new things and like finding your strengths. So like trying to target what you might be good at and then like seeing if you can utilize that, which I liked a lot. And like an emphasis on like just like learning, which I know we do a lot, like taking courses. I've taken some. I know Sarah and Quinn have taken some. Chris obviously has taken some. Like just a huge emphasis on growing, which is really important, I think, because it benefits everybody. It benefits the employer, the employees, the company, the culture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think that's been really fun. I think definitely one of my favorite parts of being here is just that opportunity to build so many different types of skill sets and get to, I know Gary Vee talks about it as like tasting all of these different aspects of a career and getting to really try a bunch of different things and experience that. Because otherwise, you could do this one thing for your entire career and not even realize there's another category of the business that you're really gifted at that comes really easy to you. And I don't think that happens here just because there is so much opportunity to learn new things, to take courses, and for cross-departmental projects where you might, work with the tech team on something and be like, oh, that's something I want to learn more about. That's really interesting. Or with the ops team and realize, oh yeah, my editing skills could probably use a brush up. And you get to have that experience, which is really cool.
Yeah, that makes me think that what would be really cool is if various teams were able to like bestow awards on other people. So like we could have like the non-editor editor award.
That
or something like that.
Fun.
Really
That's
fun.
a great idea. We should have a room like have you seen The Office and the Dundies?
Yeah.
We should do something like that.
Yeah, that'd be really
I could just
fun.
imagine like Melina and Jackie get to choose who they think the non-editor of the month is.
Just some
I think
random
Leah
person.
would be this month. I think Leah would be this month's already, even
Yeah,
though it's
I
only the
agree.
6th day, because Leah and Jackie have been working up a storm over here with their content onboarding. We've onboarded so many clients this year so far that it's wild.
Yeah,
It's
Jackie's
wild.
like trying to catch her breath.
Yeah, it is really cool. This year, 2021 is off to a very strong start.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to all the growth this year.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's looking like we might be, you know, I'm knocking on wood over here, but we might be on track for our best month ever. So
Yeah, knock on
hopefully
wood.
that trend continues.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
I know we're
Well,
definitely
especially because
gonna work for it.
there's only been 3 business days this year, and we're only an hour and 43 minutes into the 3rd business day, and
We're already killing it.
You know, we've been performing as if it's been 2 weeks into the year, so pretty cool.
And
But yeah,
if we don't reach our goal, we'll just all become salespeople last week.
All right, everyone, get on LinkedIn and start messaging people. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, the cucumber army.
It's a force
it's
to
also
be reckoned with.
It is.
Yeah, we show up. I mean, when we go to conferences, we're a force to be reckoned with. Even when we were just like a smaller, like when it was just the founders and like an intern, we would go to a conference and everyone would know who we were by the end, just because we would always try to pull stunts and try to make everyone know who we were, like pulling the ice cream cart.
And it seems like you just have such good energy that you bring to everything. Like, I think there are a lot of companies and probably a whole lot of HR professionals that envy that, because you just, you know, you show up with your helpfulness and good vibes and stage presence, and you're just there.
Yep.
Like, I think all of the co-founders are really pretty good at that, and it pays off.
Yeah, well, actually, all 3 of the co-founders were performing musicians, as well as all 3 have done stand-up comedy as well. So
I didn't know Sam had done stand-up.
Oh yeah, he's really funny. Like he
No, he's hilarious. I just didn't know.
He did a sketch once. I don't remember how it even came to be, but like he did a sketch where he just like got up and just like started reading an encyclopedia, and like it was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. I can't even explain it. Like the type of humor it was just like, it was really funny.
That sounds ridiculous.
Is there maybe a YouTube clip of that floating around somewhere? Like, I feel like
YouTube was so new. YouTube was so new. I mean, that was so new. Sam was 12 years old.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm serious. He was 12 years old.
Dang.
I've known Sam since he was 12.
God.
Prodigy over there.
Right?
Wait, how have you known Sam that long? How old were you? Wait, you were
like 20?
Yeah.
I would say Sam's like my age, so that checks out.
He's like 8 years younger than me.
Wow. Sam doing stand-up at 12. I did not know that. What a legend.
I feel like when we finally all get to be together in person for a little Cucumber Con, there should be a segment that is just dedicated to stand-up. Like an open mic night, but specifically for stand-up comedy.
That's a good idea.
Who's got skills.
I think this time I would actually duo with Connor and encourage Isaac and Sam to do a duo.
Yeah, we can do a skit, because Chris and I always have skit ideas. So yeah, we have characters we do and stuff. So it's like that could be really funny.
That'd be really
fun.
That sounds awesome.
I've never actually been. Well, no, I've actually been out to stand up once. I saw one stand up show one time. Because
have you ever done stand up? Well, no, if you've never.
I did speech in high school, which is like performance. It's stand-up-esque, but I've never done stand-up before. When
the comedy club returns back to normal again, so like hopefully like April or May, like in the summer, definitely by the summer. But whenever we have a chance, we should do one of their open mics on Wednesday and record it. Maybe even put it on here on live.
Dude, I would be terrified to do stand-up at the attic. That would scare me so bad.
Why?
Because like when I
amazing at it.
Well, when I went I was hands down, even though we live in a college town, I was the youngest person there. And I was like I could tell everyone else there like attends decent, like relatively often, and they were in a tough crowd, but it was like I could sense that they knew what was good.
Yeah, but the type of people who go to a comedy stand-up like open mic, knowing it's an open mic, they know that you're there to root
right.
for the person who's like, and you can even come on stage and be like, we've never done this before, so wish us best of luck. And people will like, they'll be nice.
What if we just bombed on purpose? Like that was the joke, is that we were a really bad stand-up set.
That would be so cringy.
It could be funny if you let them know beforehand that the stand-up set's intentionally terrible. Like
You're
that's
just
the
like,
joke.
You have like a drink or something, and you're like shaking the entire time. I just spilled all over myself. That's great.
Hey, you got into the part.
Yeah, you were acting. Yeah,
You could just
a good idea. I think like performance and stuff is really important to like building confidence in like discussion and conversation. Because like once you start doing performance and stuff, you're like, oh, like talking to a person is not nearly as worse as that.
It's worse, yeah. No, I know what you mean.
I'm not like, yeah, I'm not scared of talking in front of crowds and performance, I guess. But like stand up is a different thing. It's new.
I also think there's an understanding, though, again, especially like Chris was saying, like it's an open mic night. Like even the people there who have been doing it a while, they're going to use an open mic night to try out new stuff that may or may not go well. It's not like you're like, we've been preparing this for 2 years.
Yeah.
Just went around the country on tour performing this. This is the best comedy you will ever see. Like that's not the vibe of that kind of an event.
That's true.
Yeah, we're not opening for like Sarah Silverman or something. Like we're
if I want to go, if I just
that would
be
be such a dream, though.
Yeah.
Hey,
like
dude.
that would be amazing.
It would.
Yeah. Hey, we're opening for Jimmy Kimmel. Let's go. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not.
Like I'll watch.
I will definitely tune in on my TV at home.
They're like, no, you can you have to open. You agreed and you're scheduled. You have to.
Remember the employment contract you signed? There is a clause about doing stand-up, except in every show.
So that Jimmy Kimmel comes in town, you have to.
You have Jimmy Kimmel.
You're on
like
deck.
A list of comedians. Like you like look back and you're like, wait, there is a list of comedians in here. Oh my god, what else is in this contract?
I didn't even read that. Some of these comedians aren't even alive. They haven't been alive for years, and they're in the contract.
Something about dating Gilbert Godfrey. What is that?
Like what?
I feel like I should challenge this. Should I get a lawyer?
It's like, oh yeah, by the way, you're dating Gilbert Godfrey now. It's like, what? Well, now I had to break up with him. I had to call him and break up with him.
So that's foreshadowing.
That's foreshadowing.
It's a sketch that we're writing for a thing. So if you're watching this now, and you might see that later, I can't give away too many details because it's a surprise.
One day all will be revealed.
One day
he's not actually dating Gilbert Godfrey, nor is it required.
I don't even know Gilbert Godfrey personally. I wish I knew him personally, but I don't.
Gilbert, if you're watching this, hit us up.
Yeah, text us.
I feel like this conversation is like the perfect example of how the company does so well with encouraging personal brands, because we're so open to being creative and so supportive of it. It makes you feel so like you're comfortable to like cultivate your brand, because like the whole team is here to like help and like talk to you, and it's all like a really good environment.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And to be really
exactly.
authentic. Like the co-founders are amazing at stand-up. That is certainly not one of my giftings, but I will applaud. Like I will watch. And like Connor is the video king. He is on top of all of that. Like, and we can explore those skill sets and have fun with it. There's not a like, well, no, I need to be the stand-up person. Like, no, I need to be the top dog in that category.
And I think like at least I feel like Chris realized that definitely, like that like attempting to like, I don't know, like whenever you're brainstorming, attempting to like rein in ideas is kind of detrimental to like finding unique ideas. Like you can rein things in once everything is set out and be like, okay, this is what things should look out. But like, especially when you're just riffing, I think it's really important to like let people express themselves to like whatever capacity they want to. And like Chris lets us do that, which is awesome.
Yeah, I think you two are really good at that. That's definitely a skill I'm still developing because I dive into the logistics way too quickly. Like, all right, we have an idea, we are moving on it, and you're like, no, that was just step one. Like,
Yeah, but if
Yeah.
it were just me and Connor, and without you, we wouldn't get anything done. So
Yeah, exactly. We just
you need a little bit of that.
Mhm.
You need some of the like, let's get some stuff done now. Like, let's get our crap together.
yeah, let's get our crap together. We need that because like without that, like Chris and I are like ideas people. So it's like we need someone that's like more into like the numbers and the actually doing stuff.
Quinn and I are like the tactical team. We're like, okay, you take on Hootsuite, I'll hop on over here. Like, let's make an action plan. But again, back to what Quinn was saying, that's part of what makes us such a great team and allows us to build a personal brand is we're all aware of those strengths. There's no, we all have to be good at everything. Like I am the habit systems person. I am the content machine person. That is my specialty. But like if we have brainstorming, we know Chris and Connor are the iconic duo.
Yeah.
To help with that.
Yeah. It's
like,
nice.
Quinn is super on top of all the different platforms and is like, all right, it should be this for Instagram and this for Twitter and this for LinkedIn. And like she knows all of the dimensions. I don't know how you remember them. They go in one ear and out the other for me, but like you are so on top of that.
Exactly. And I like how we participate in each other's. It's not like whenever Chris and I like create ideas, it's like we're not always just like alone doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of times there's people watching and or like participating. So it's not like we just have our realms that we exist in, which is really cool.
Yeah.
And it makes the job exciting.
Yeah.
I've watched the co-founders ever since I started here really fight against that kind of siloing of like everyone is in their one job description and that is all you'll ever do. You never talk to any other coworkers outside of your department. Like there's been a lot of intentionality on their part about preventing that from happening. And I think it really shows in the way that we've grown. Like you guys have
fun too. Like, cause then you get to participate in everything. And then it's so easy to be like, I need help with this. Come and help me, please.
Yeah. Well, and like there's stuff that the editors will see when we're making marketing copy that like would go totally over our heads or things where we're like, oh, like this tech thing is so complicated. We need to like dedicate a week to it. And then Sam or Dan will hop on and they'll be like, I can do that in 5 minutes. Like it's really, it's not that big of a deal. It's a lot more efficient to be able to have that kind of communication and to be able to see, you know, like we can pop into each other's Slack channels and see what's going on at any given time.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's always fun to see the different projects that people are working on too.
Yeah, I love dipping your toes into other people's little areas.
I think like right now, I think all of us are involved with another department on at least one thing, maybe more than one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know that I could think of anyone who's not having some kind of interaction with a different department.
Yeah, but on not just a problem-solving basis, but also on a collaboration basis, which is where I find is the most important, which is what we strive to aim for, is like, not just like, I have an issue, so I need you to come fix it for me. It's like, let's actually problem solve too.
Yeah,
let's actually collaborate is what I mean. On top
like when Isaac wanted to make that like onboarding video. It wasn't like Isaac was just like, Connor, make this video. He like had ideas that he inputted. Like I wrote a script for it and like I shared it with the team. Like Isaac had ideas, other people had ideas. We let other people be in the video. Like we had our editor in the video. We had Melina and Jackie, Rashida. So it was like really cool. Like that was such like a holistic experience. It felt like the video involved the entire team. Like everyone on the main staff participated in that video in some capacity.
And it's such a fun video too. Like I feel like most of the time onboarding videos are so flipping boring
Yeah.
Like you're watching the video, but you're also kind of thinking about what you want to have for lunch in the back of your mind because you can't pay attention level boring. And this video, like the whole time, even as someone who already knew a lot of that information because I've been working here for a while, I was still watching and engaged and like waiting to see what came next. It was actually fun to watch.
Yeah, that was really important because like Chris and I, like obviously we appreciate humor, but it was important to Isaac that like that video was like fun and engaging, but not like ridiculous, which our humor typically is pretty absurd. Because he understood the importance. He was like, okay, we have our times to be funny, but like we also have our times where it's like the whole point of the video is to get info out. But obviously Isaac didn't want us to lose how exciting our videos tend to be or how unique they are. So it was kind of it was a good and fun challenge attempting to create a video that was like funny but not like laugh out loud funny. That's just like, oh, this is really entertaining and engaging. Which I think that video honestly really achieved.
Yeah, that was a fun video.
Yeah, I wonder if we spent a little time on creating like a documentary or something that was supposed to be serious, if that would change our frame of reference.
Yeah, like if we like attempted to make a project that was serious and see how well it succeeds, like if we could expand our palette of tone.
Yeah, some like really serious topic, like
I
the
feel like
really
origin
serious.
I feel like
the
it would-
origin of
Climate change.
recycling.
I feel like it would be really hard for you at first because you like would keep spinning it to make it like kind of sarcastic or
Yeah.
satirical and then be like, no, okay, serious. And then like you would succeed at it. But I feel like the first like 5 hours of work on that project would be the hardest because you'd keep like veering into the funny and like, no, zone in, putting blinders on.
Yeah.
Something that takes like an insane amount of research to get it right.
Yeah, that's what we need to do. Like something that like requires you to be just like heads down, like just like going through files and documents and just researching, and it just knocks all the fun out of it.
Like the history of the English language.
This is kind of interesting, at least though.
Yeah, and
We need to
relevant
be
to
like-
what we do.
We need to be like very boring.
The future of the English language. Cucumber. Cucling.
Cucling. The history of the cucumber.
The history of the cucumber.
That would be boring.
That
I
would
don't
be
know. Like a lot of produce that we eat now, when you look into how it was genetically engineered, even before like that was the word we had for it. Like the history of bananas is actually surprisingly interesting as a rabbit hole to fall down.
Chiquita. They yeah, I read a full like business case on the banana industry, and it's darker than you would think. It's like a conspiracy. I like read about it, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, like you're totally right, but it sounds so silly because when you think banana, you're thinking like, oh yeah, that's something good to throw in my smoothie. Like you're not thinking about the dark underbelly of the development of what we now recognize as a banana. It's just
like the business practices and
Yeah, there was a mafia that ran the importation of bananas in Indianapolis actually back in the day.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah, they like I knew someone who knew someone who knew someone that their basement was filled with bananas hanging up because they were like part of that, whoever that was.
That's so I used to work produce, and our highest selling product, bar none, without a doubt, was bananas. Like we sold like 2 times more bananas than the second highest selling product.
It makes sense though, because they're so simple. They go in every day
cheap.
and they're super cheap, especially if you're like trying to feed a child a healthy diet and you're just like, here's a fruit that cost me less than 10 cents. Like,
Yeah, one of my neighbors told me, who lived in France for a semester, said bananas are like, if you want like 5 bananas in France or 6, it's like $5. It's so much more expensive. And here in America, it's like less than $2, or it's like around $2, depending on.
Yeah. Depending on where you live, they'll give you a banana and pay you to take it.
Yeah, I'm trying
Well,
to
they
think.
have.
Most grocery stores around here that I've seen, it's like between 25 and 50 cents a pound.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's like 20 cents a banana, like, because they're like usually less than a pound.
It would be funny if you did a sketch where you like walk in, you're like -5 cents. What do you mean -5 cents? That doesn't make any sense. Like you go to checkout and it like gives you money for taking the bananas.
You're like,
Guess who's
why?
only eating bananas next week?
Yeah.
You're
It's
like, oh,
like,
we didn't want them.
it's like
Like,
these
but
are
why?
gonna go bad, and like the cost of the landfill is more expensive than you taking them. So please take them.
What if the joke was like there was no reason they were giving, like the reason that they just didn't want them anymore?
They just don't
And
like bananas. We
you're
don't
like,
like
oh,
the color yellow. Everything
we,
yellow in the store is now -5 cents.
huh? And then
I
you end up
haven't-
not
Yellow.
buying it.
I
All
haven't
of it.
seen that, but I have been in a grocery store where the organic bananas were actually cheaper than the non-organic bananas because they had gotten too large of a shipment. So the regular bananas were like 35 cents a pound, and then organic bananas were like 15 cents a pound. And I like had to grab an employee and was like, "Hey, are these in the wrong place? This seems like it's definitely incorrect." And he was just like, "Someone added a 0 on our order form."
Oh wow.
Take them away. So I got like 50 and just froze them all.
Mhm.
Wow.
I imagine
Dude.
like there's a store manager that just like gets like really power hungry and they like act like an emperor and they have like a cave and they're like everything yellow is -5 cents and they like have these weird rules and like they just try to do as
Animal
much
Farm.
as they can before like the like corporate comes in and like what is going on in this zoo of a store.
Yeah, it's like the freezer gets converted into a like this ice palace where the manager like creates these
It's ice
rules,
sculptures with
ice
like
sculptures and stuff.
with like the name.
Yeah, it's like the name of the manager, and like the manager's like decked out in like this like fruit and vegetable outfit, like a watermelon helmet.
Or like
Yeah.
a crown, like from, oh goodness, what was the movie? The Madagascar, those Madagascar movies where there's like the lemur king who has this huge fruit hat.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes, that's exactly that's exactly what it'd be. And it's like ridiculous rules around the produce section. Like you can't sell anything yellow.
And like when he like writes people's schedules and stuff, he's like, whatever your birthday is, divided by the square root of pi, multiplied by 30, the closest time to that will be the time you start.
And you're like,
And like,
what?
whatever
So we're not
day
even
you were
open.
born, whatever day you were born is the day that your schedule starts.
What if you were born at midnight? Like right on the line.
Well, then it's Wednesday. If it was a Tuesday and you were born at midnight on Wednesday, you were born on Wednesday.
Yep. He doesn't accept you can't work there if you're born on a Thursday.
Hmm.
He doesn't like Thursday. So if you're born on a Thursday, I'm sorry. You're fired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he can do that and it like almost completely wipes out the dairy section. And like everyone's upset about it. And he's like, it doesn't matter.
And all imported goods have to be paid in the currency in which the country they originated. So if you want Guinness, you got to get some like, what do they use? I think they use Irish pound. Irish pounds.
In Ireland?
Yeah. If you want
Is
some
Guinness made in
Strongbow-
Northern Ireland? Or
No,
Ireland?
they use euros because they're in the European Union. So yeah, you'd have to buy Guinness in euros, but then you'd have to buy like Strongbow in British pounds.
How big are y'all's wallets? Like,
You'd have to buy.
like you would need a whole handbag, like a tote bag, just to carry all the different types of currency.
Oh no,
Wait.
you could just use your credit card. It's just going to give you a foreign transaction fee every time you buy something from a foreign country. You're like looking on there. What are all these foreign transaction fees? What did I buy in yuan? Oh, I guess I got
What?
some noodles. What? Oh, those were from China. That's weird.
I guess
Yeah,
that's
it's-
one way to encourage buying US made goods.
You have to buy in the currency in which they originate.
You're like, we're just not doing it. We're just not going to do it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm now checking the package on everything I buy. Is it from the US? No, I'm not. It's not worth the foreign transaction fee. I'm not doing it.
Dude, most produce is not made in America. So it's like, that,
It'd be rough.
you can
Yeah.
only get like, what produce do we grow
You
here?
can get apples,
Potatoes and apples and strawberries.
soybeans.
Mhm.
But you could
Corn.
be kind of fine. Corn, yeah. The potatoes and corn are all made here.
And there are peaches.
I guess
Georgia.
And oranges.
You're also assuming that this is the only grocery store in town. I think people just not go there at some
Yeah, they'd be
point.
like, okay, I'm not shopping
I
there
mean,
anymore.
I'll
then.
go here for yellow things, but if it's not yellow, I'm shopping somewhere else because.
This is
All
a
yellow
lovely
products
tangent.
are bad.
So that's an example of a very random tangent, which sometimes can lead to an ad idea. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it just like floats off into the universe, and that was just a moment that we shared, and that's part of what builds
Just
our
an
creative
exercise
spirit.
in creativity.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it helps us get to know each other better.
Yeah.
Like even silly little random things. Like that's how you get to know coworkers, especially in a remote space where we're not having those more, organic conversations when you're walking to your cubicle. Like those don't happen. This is our version of that.
Yeah, I've only met one of you in person.
Yeah, he's only met me.
I have no idea like how tall you are. You could be 7 feet tall. I don't know. You could be like not even fit under the door. Like, I don't know.
It was weird meeting Chris the first time.
Reference.
You just know this person virtually, and then you're just seeing them in real life, and you're just like, oh, like that you're real, like you're a real person, like you're a human.
I know it'll be weird to like meet in real life. It's like I feel like everybody's just like a shoulders and a head. Like that's it.
Your body, like your like animal brain is like, this is a stranger, but your cognitive brain is like, I know this person really well. So there's like this cognitive dissonance that happens.
Yeah.
Because you're like, well, no, I really know this person really well, and your like animal brain's like, no, you don't. You've never met this person. And so like you're arguing.
By the time we meet, we'll have all been working here for over a year.
Yeah.
About.
Yeah. It goes away within the first 3 minutes.
Yeah, it's over really quick. Like once you start joking, it's over. But like the initial, just like, hey, you're just like, wait, I don't know this person at all.
Yeah, your animal brain does not understand virtual relationships, and you don't realize how little it understands until you meet someone that you didn't know in person.
Well, and especially like thinking through, like even just greeting each other, because on Zoom the only option is like a hi and a wave. But like, are we gonna handshake, high five, fist bump? Like how are we gonna? Like, I feel like there's just gonna be a lot of like awkwardly standing 6-ish feet apart. Like, you're not on a screen anymore. I don't know how to relate to you in physical space.
I always find it easier to meet someone sitting down.
Yeah.
Like it is easier to meet someone because like when you're standing, like you don't know what to do with your legs and stuff.
I don't think
Did you fall the first time you met Chris? Like your leg?
No, but like you're just kind of standing
you
around.
Kick a leg out, do a high kick for fun. Like
I don't think we did any physical thing.
No, we didn't. We just.
I think. Hey.
I was like, hey, what's up?
Let's get to work.
Chin nod. That's all you got.
Yep. I was like, hey, cool place.
All right.
Got any ramen?
Got any ramen that I can eat? Just feed me.
I probably think that's why it's more comfortable to like meet when you're sitting down because it's like Zoom. You know, like true. It's a little bit similar than like standing next to each other.
Yeah, I think standing just like there's more that you have to think about in terms of like your body posture and like your body language. Like when you're sitting, you like you can basically just let the bottom half of your body just like do nothing. Like when you're standing, you have to think of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think another interesting thing is going to be like, I'm not used to really having to like turn my head to talk to you because you're all within a cubic 6-inch square on my screen. And so that's going to be weird when we're talking. It'll be like, oh, Connor is there and then Chris is there and then like Quinn's there and Jackie's here. Like it's going to be a totally different experience.
It's going to be super weird. Yeah, it'll be bizarre. It makes me wonder who the tallest person on staff is.
Not me.
Not me.
The tallest person on staff.
I feel like it could be Dan. I've never like.
It could be Dan.
I just feel like it's him.
Maybe
I don't know if I've ever even seen him on video. Actually, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I haven't either. How tall is Isaac?
Isaac's like 6'1", 6'2".
Wow. For some reason, I thought he was like probably like my height.
How tall are you, Connor?
11.
I'm almost 6 foot.
So
he's
what
taller
I'm
than me.
learning is the entire time I meet y'all in person, I'm just gonna be looking up like this.
No, I'm like
Yeah.
5'8". I'm like look up the specs of like average white dude, and I'm like all of them.
That's great
Yep,
though.
5'8".
That's great. Like blue eyes.
Hazel, actually.
Hazel?
Hmm.
And I got a red beard.
That's a bit different.
And I'm overweight, so those are the three things. Those are the three things that.
Well, I'm
above
underweight,
average.
so we even out.
I don't know if that's how that works.
It doesn't, I don't think.
I don't know if our. I don't know.
It's
if
not
our
like they combine our
corresponding-
stats.
Like, I don't think that my cardiovascular health knows your weight and like, oh well, you're not going to have heart disease in 50 years. You'll be fine
Nope, you're
because
good.
Connor weighs less than you.
Nope, you're good. You're good to go. So is Sam tall?
Like your height. Yeah, you and Sam are like the same height.
I'm like 5'3.5" on a good day. If I have great posture, I might be able to pass for 5'4".
Yeah. I'm like
Amazing.
barely 5'4".
But I gotta like stand all the way up, like think tall thoughts.
Yeah.
You guys aren't short.
Wow, I never even like seriously. That seems so weird. You all seem the same height to me.
I know.
Everyone seems the exact same height. It's so weird.
It is weird. It's
You know,
like, yeah.
I wonder if we could bring heels, like comparatively. Like I'm just gonna be in like 6-inch stilettos, trying to be as tall as everyone else on the
That sounds
team.
so
I'm
uncomfortable.
gonna be crawling around the room.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be wearing them for long. Let's be clear. I'm not.
I was
planning
gonna
to run
say
a
it'd be
whole
like an
market.
hour, and you're like, nah, never mind.
An hour? We're talking like 10 minutes, and then I'll be like, all right, I'm switching to my Rothy's.
Mhm.
10 minutes.
We're done.
I think I could do heels for an hour, maybe.
I have done them for an hour and a half. I do not intend to ever do that again. Although I
Heels
will
actually
say-
were originally men's shoes in the
Yeah.
1700s. In the 18th century, they were originally for men.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's so weird to think about. Like, I've never worn a pair of heels. I can't imagine. Actually, I take that back. I have. But I can't imagine walking around in them.
It's definitely a skill. It is a skill to be learned. Although I will
like-
say, fun life hack, I am a very fidgety person. And that would always get me docked off for speeches in college, was because I would like wander around and fidget everything and not, use the space well. But in heels, I couldn't fidget because I would fall over. And so I would intentionally wear really high heels for important speeches so that I would like have to stand up straight and think about my posture. And it would keep me from fidgeting.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good
Just
one.
walk around.
I could walk around. I would just have to like think about it. My posture was on point.
Posture. We should take a posture course because I feel like Zoom kills your posture.
I
It
feel like my
does.
posture's never been good.
Mine hasn't, so I like lounge around.
Mine was really good in high school because I was in a bunch of vocal ensembles, but since then it has gone downhill.
Mhm.
Although I've seen there are actually like posture correcting devices you can wear to like remind you to sit up straight, and they're only like $10. They're actually pretty cheap. But then you also have to admit that your posture is bad enough that you have to spend money on a product to help you sit up straight.
Mhm.
And I will not admit that.
I
I
will
feel
not
like that's one of
confess.
that's one of those products that if I would have heard about from Silicon Valley, I've been like, that's going nowhere. And they've actually done well.
You're
I
like,
would never
nope.
have bet on them. I would have never have bet on that company.
Oh yeah.
Kind of
No,
like the dog
every-
pedometer. I was like, no, that's a terrible idea. But now we own one.
Oh, a dog pedometer?
Yeah, but the reason why we own it is not because of the pedometer aspect. It's because it has GPS. So if your dog runs away, you can find him.
Dude, that's so interesting. I did my big, I told you about my big like I-core case for class, like my big junior semester. Our entire case was we read a 120-page paper about dog pedometers.
Wow.
Like that was the company we were working with.
120 pages.
It was like 100 and a little over 110. Like
We've
without
never
the,
written 110 pages about our business plan for Content Cucumber.
How many people were in this group project?
Yeah.
5 people.
How much
Okay, that-
percentage of the work did you do?
It's hard to say. I wrote the marketing section of the paper. There's 4 sections plus an intro and outro. I wrote marketing and I designed the whole document. So
like basically half.
I don't want to say half because like some sections are not like equal to others. Like the finance section I could never do. So like in my mind, that was like the hardest work. But like I also finished my section before everyone so I could start designing the document, which took me like, they give you like what? How long did they give you? 10 days to work on it? It took me like 5 days to design the document.
So
Yeah.
this,
I
are
did
you
it,
and a finance student carrying the whole staff?
Yeah.
it depends. Like it just, I don't want
Connor
to take
doesn't
like,
ever throw anyone under the bus. That's part
I
of
don't
his
want to take
brand.
credit. So,
Well,
I mean, to
before
me, the
Connor
design
throws
was
anyone under
easy.
the bus, we are very behind on the rest of our meeting.
Probably get
Yeah,
going.
we gotta go,
So much
folks.
But if you want to learn more about helping your employees cultivate a brand, look out on our blog next week. We're writing or publishing a great piece on it.
And that one will be more tactical. This one was
It will.
more like actually showing you what goes behind the culture, behind encouraging people to develop a professional brand. So hopefully that was helpful.
All right, we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.
Bye.